cutting of the ribbon.
All right. On the count of three. One, two,
three. Now are you guys ready for some pinball and pierogies?
Like, to say it out loud, it doesn't make sense. Perogies, music, pinball, like, weird formula, but it works.
And it was just this like bunker with pinball machines lining the walls.
I would say it's like an unofficial meeting grounds for like everybody in punk bands in Ottawa.
You know, a lot of people look at it as like a second home, you know.
It's innovative. We're doing things there, different things, and going about it different ways.
It's just got such a vibe to it, you know, like there's all these elements. I'm like, well, you have to go to Targ. Like, you have to go check that out. Go to Ottawa and go to Targ and like look at what they're doing, you know.
I love to book shows at Targ and like bring bands to Targ because they always have a good time, and it's like a gem of Ottawa.
It feels like you have a place to go when you don't really fit in anywhere.
Definitely all the misfits do go there. And misfits work there, so birds of a feather flock together.
And they know how it is because they're all artists themselves. You know, they've all, like, gone through the struggle.
The stage here is this high off the ground, literally. Like, it's not fancy and it's not a big deal, and the PA is basic, and there's a nice thing that you can learn about all these people and all these bands that play and all these events that happen just from kind of that simple moment. And then you become really, like, you become the best of pals sometimes with people that I would probably never meet otherwise. It becomes really crazy and magical.
Today, I'm ordering the mandatory closure of all non-essential workplaces in the province of Ontario.
We've been talking to a number of business owners, and I can just sense the frustration.
It's been permanent stress. The toll that it's taking on the small business economy has just been devastating. I mean, every single day, more and more small businesses are completely closing.
The restaurants and the bars that have been shut down, they had the most to lose. And they invested the most amount in PPE, plexiglass, making sure that their staff were safe, their customers were safe. So they had the most to lose, they took the most amount of precautions. They were targeted the hardest by the shutdowns. So it makes it incredibly frustrating for these people to run their business and to try and make a living.
I just think the owners, what they're going through right now, like just trying to keep this afloat, must be exhausting. And, you know, hopefully they can keep it up until this thing ends.
As people, we need to socialize, we need to be around each other. So to shut down the places where musicians congregate, where their social life is, you know, makes it very hard for bands to, and artists to grow and to get feedback and to just work at their craft, right?
I think being a place that we're able to give a platform to artists and stuff is a great thing, and when that's not allowed, the whole scene can suffer.
The music really brought people together. Now that that's gone, there is a little bit of an element of Targ that's like really missing.
And House of Targ was like one of the main venues for like things going on in my community, in the Ottawa punk community. So I just miss it.
I am definitely not optimistic live music's coming back. I'm not optimistic events are coming back anytime soon. 60% of small businesses in Ottawa were not gonna make it. 60%. That is a ton of businesses that just aren't going to make it. To run a restaurant, a live music venue, a bar, a pub, whatever in that hospitality world you run, it's got to be next to impossible.
When this is over, you know, bands are going to start playing again, and if there's not places like Targ, you know, it's going to be really weird.
I mean, I feel confident in my community that something would come to fill that space, but it would feel like something is missing.
Yeah, like Ottawa needs it. Like, there's not anything like that here.
And it's not just like, hey, it's like one of the best barcades like in Ottawa. I mean, it's one of the best barcades around the world, you know. So
places like Targ need to be here. I think just for society's sake, there needs to be places for weirdos to go. We need that. If you take that away, we're just gonna go to Starbucks and mess those up.
I feel pretty positive about it in a sense right now, because we've had such a wonderful support from the community for this place. We switched to frozen food, and we switched to an online shop for a while. We are finding ways to challenge ourselves and to motivate ourselves to keep going towards something that we love.
There's a lot of stress and a lot of work behind it. I do feel we're going to come out of it. I think these small businesses can grow as long as they can stay afloat. Until then, that's the issue, is how long can you maintain at a 25% capacity? I know there'll be a lot of very happy people the minute somebody steps back on our stage to play some music.
When you play pinball, like 80% or 90% of the people that I talk to go like, well, the goal is to just not let the ball go down the middle. And the goal is actually totally different. The goal is like, hit this thing, get this thing happening so that you can move to this next level and open this whole another door in the machine and all these other, like there's so many more points to it. When the ball comes down and you lose the ball, 90% of the time the game will be like, I'm gonna give you the ball back because like you didn't do that great. And if you leave the machine and if you stop for those 2 seconds and give up, then like you're gonna miss it when it comes back down. But if you wait and if you're patient and if you don't give up, then like it all comes around. It comes back to you.
It's a challenge, but challenge accepted.